Hi everyone, I'm Chevy from Chevy's Simple Path, and my slow living journey has had a lot to do with keeping an open mind. This week, I set out to create a list of different slow living cultural habits from around the world. And today I'm focusing on a slow living habit called Meraki, which is a Greek tradition.
I'm constantly challenging myself to try new things and shift my perspective. Why? So I can have a more peaceful and balanced life. One that I hope inspires you to do the same for your life as well. It makes me so happy to think that maybe something I say in these messages makes your day just that little bit better.
So back to keeping an open mind. Since leaving a very high pressure and high stress job about a year ago, that left me feeling physically and mentally burnt out. My life has changed and has become so much more meaningful and full of contentment.
I've challenged myself to work more with my hands outside in nature. I've started to rediscover my creativity again. I've simply allowed myself to be free and experience the beautiful moments in life. And I've dared myself to be more vulnerable and authentic. So now, my next personal challenge is to learn about and practice some simple, slow living habits from around the world to help you learn something new and perhaps challenge yourself to do the same, just for the joy of changing up your routine a bit and maybe even finding a new habit you can use in your own life.
I've always been drawn to learning about different cultures and different traditions because it opens my mind to seeing the world in different ways and deepens my understanding of human connection. Exploring other cultural traditions and stories and values helps me to appreciate the richness and diversity that shape our shared humanity.
I remember back in 2020 when all of us had to stay home and thought that we may never travel again. My family and I decided to make the best of our circumstances by choosing a different part of the world each week to learn about, including cooking a new recipe together and exploring the history and culture of the country. It was one of our most memorable family times.
So in the spirit of those memories, this week I set out to create a list of different slow living cultural habits from around the world. And today I'm focusing on a slow living habit called Meraki, which is a Greek tradition. The heart of Meraki means doing something with soul, creativity, and love. It's about leaving a piece of yourself in whatever it is you do, whether that be cooking, chores, or connecting with others.
I also learned that Meraki originated from the word Merakize, or Zain. I'm not sure, so forgive my pronunciation. And the term was deeply rooted in ancient Greek craftsmanship, where artisans infused every creation, whether pottery, temple building, or philosophy, with heart and soul. So my first thought was to get back into the kitchen and bake the Greek orange cookie recipe I've been making now for a couple of years. But instead of rushing through the process to get to the final result this time, really slowing down to put my whole heart into the process was what I focused on. These cookies have a subtle citrusy and light flavor to them. They're not super sweet, and the flavor really hits you at the back of your throat and lingers. I really love them. They also go so well with tea. After the cookies were baked, Instead of eating them off the cooling rack, I put in some additional care by adding my signature touch to the presentation when serving them. Finally, I made a point of sitting down with Mark to share what I had baked, while I reminisced about my past trip to Greece for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary with him. In the spirit of Meraki, the idea was to really nurture the bond and the time shared with loved ones. These are the simple moments that weave the beautiful tapestries of our lives together and are so rejuvenating for our emotional and mental well-being.
So I'll leave you with a few ways that you can embrace Meraki in your own life. And number one would be to choose any small activity, whether it be folding laundry or a phone call or sweeping or cooking, but whatever you choose, do it with deliberate care and intention. Number two would be add your own flair and creativity to whatever it is you do. So put your own signature and stamp on it, like I did with decorating that tray of cookies with flowers. It seems so simple, but it really adds that extra personal touch and that care. And number three is truly making those connections with others and nurturing bonds. So sit down with somebody you care about, someone you love, and listen to them and just embrace that moment with them. Through Meraki, every action becomes an act of love and presence, transforming the ordinary into something truly meaningful and extraordinary. And I'm really happy that I learned about this tradition. I'm really happy I tried it, and I hope you will try it too, because it really shifts our perspective.
Did this slow living habit from Greece inspire you? Let me know in the comments. I'd also love to learn more about your cultural slow living traditions so we can try something new together. Anio, which means goodbye in Greek. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.